Coming up for the final live show of Rehashed for season 10 of MAFS UK, we have some questions, everybody. How many couples are left now that the cameras aren't watching? Geez, I hope Dean and Sarah are together now. What? Oh, she was never really into him. That's a shock to me.
You want the trash? I got it all for you. Let's rehash the mess together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
Hello, I'm Wilko, and this is Rehashed, your home for the trash, mess, and drama. In this episode, I'll be going through the last reunion ep of MAFS UK and everything that has gone down the week after it aired in the UK. Also, I'll be doing it by couple by couple, and we can just note that there is no existence of Ashley and Grace. It's like they never existed at all in this show whatsoever. Even in the I do's, I did that memory lane package, there was absolutely no sign of them whatsoever. Like, is this it? Yeah, look at it. Oh, everything's so lovely. Oh, we're so emotional from all the PTSD that we got during this season. Oh, look at it. It's incredible. It's so weird to watch them all be happy and hopeful in this montage because so many of them, they're turning to water. But like I said, I think it's just from the PTSD. Quickly, let's say hello to the chat. Let's do it. Oh, great, Britain, great. They love the GB. Thank you to everybody. Let's go, Sweet Baby Angels. I agree. Sassy Queen. Is that me? No, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the lady in the intro. And that is a lady. What are we going to talk about next Friday? Oh, probably other things. We are live. It's happening. Let's do it. There is some power issues and internet issues, by the way, here in Melbourne today. So if everything just disappears, that's because the power has gone out or the internet has dropped. So we'll see what happens. We've got so many things to get through, and I'll get to more of your chats and also your memo me's are not one, but you can still send them through. And I'll get to them at the end of the show for your memo me's. Let's start with Rebecca and Bailey. Now, this is such a weird thing to watch. Now having the knowledge that they are no longer together, but the experts were really banking on this one working out, even though they live many, many hours apart. Bad signs. Rebecca talks about loving the, living in Hove and planning for a family, even had a bit of a timeline chat on when they wanted kids. And now that we know the truth, this is all very weird.
Bailey has showered me with love throughout this in every way.
That it has been an honor to have you both.
Yeah, thank you.
Sadly, 'twas not to be. Rebecca was the first to post about it, and she was much more cryptic to begin with. Let me just double check that I've got that ready. Can we really trust that I've done that properly? No, I hadn't, so here we go. Rebecca was the first to post this very cryptic startup saying that to answer all questions, yes, he fumbled. And then she spoke to Cosmo Mag saying that Bailey ended the relationship. Events that happened as soon as he broke up with me meant there was never any chance of us rekindling things. Asked whether they're still friendly, she added, well, now 4 months on since our relationship ended, and no, I wouldn't class us as friends. But I have no... Oh. She says she has no ill will feelings towards him. Ed was so special, and I'll always be grateful for that. There was a lot of cheating rumors. A lot of cheating rumors on both sides for these. TikToker claimed that Bailey was cheating on Rebecca with his ex-baby mama. And then Rebecca recently got called out by her PT ex in a weird post where he was kind of promoting his business, saying that she ditched him just before going on filming and then tried to rekindle since the show had stopped filming. Bailey shared a little bit more on his post, just a tad more, about their breakup. He said, we tried our best to navigate after the experiment, and although we had a great time together on the outside, unfortunately the relationship came to an end. He apparently still has a lot of love for Beck and denies cheating on her, but to this day, but he said, I didn't handle our breakup well, and for that I'm truly sorry to Beck, but I was completely loyal the whole way through our relationship. He says he wishes Beck all the best, and it seems weird to me. I have questions, everybody. It seemed all good until Bailey pulled the plug, and then what happened after he pulled the plug, I'm not gonna fuck you over. I'm not gonna fuck you over. She likes to create self-fulfilling prophecies, our Maeve. It's almost like she wants this victim story. Like, I don't know at this stage. Like, why are you there? The experts are calling him a coward, which I truly agree with. But they're also saying that Maeve is courageous for being there. Oh, I don't know about that. It's courageous to want extra time on the telly. Your TV husband left. You had so many, like, you've been to all the catch-up since. You went to the dinner last night and sat by yourself. Like, you just didn't need to be there. And another thing that Maeve gets to watch back. Because there wasn't that much in this reunion episode. There wasn't that much that we got to watch back that we're like, whoa, we never saw that before. But it was good to see some of their facial reactions.
I've like been in denial about all like the differences we actually have. Am I like head over heels truly in love? Probably not.
Of course you're not. Well, now she knows the truth. At least that he did say those words to Ashley, because his retelling of it at the retreat was like a lot of spin. And then this is great. Did we see this when it happened, or is this actually a bit, again, we've seen so much for this show, I can never actually tell. And sorry about my nose, guys, it's still blocked. So if I sound so nasal, it's because of that. Did we see this bit from the show?
So you don't tell someone that you love them, fucking leave them, and then 2 days later start cracking on with another wife and then fuck them in Lanzarote.
I love it. Maeve does apologise to Juicy Roo for her vicious mouth and the things that she has said, and the S-Birds have a bit of a joke about how she's never one to apologise. Well, I think that's toxic and unhealthy, and she hasn't been able to take ownership over her mistakes until this moment. So, I don't know. I don't know if we're, like, applauding her. Let's not call her brave. Joe, this is why you come back to the show. Just like, I've got a secret Steven, who is coming up with his bombshell. So Maeve can be held to account as well for the way that she acted during the whole schmozzle. Although, once you banged Juicy Roo and got matching tattoos, you were kind of dead and buried in this show, to be honest. So maybe you didn't need to come back. It was made clear to all of us that you are a fuckboy, and your fuckboy ways are certainly not in your past. We asked the question, where are they now? Well, Joe, he released just a little statement on his Instagram where he talks about how he went on for genuine intentions and then he realized that it was only for entertainment, this show, and for drama and not for love. Now, if you were so genuine, why did you fuck Juicy Roo on the Jet 2 holiday and then ghost her? Huh? He also has finally had his say, and I'm so glad that I have rehashed this episode much later, like a week later, so I could get all sides of this, because he's been on a little show. He's been on a little podcast, and it's called Tom Talks. And he was saying some stuff like this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and a roller coaster. And he also makes fun of the science.
Whereas Married at First Sight, you're supposedly matched by, like, psychologists, I say supposedly.
How very dare you question the science? He does confirm that they really go into depth, the show, over many sessions when the experts say, in the end, that they are shocked at how things have played out. I call double bullshit. I've called bullshit a lot this season when they say things like they don't see the things and they didn't know that this was going to happen, or that they were shocked this match isn't working out. Shut your mouths. You know too much. You can't know. And there'd be actual psychologists. Well, there are actual psychologists on staff, but there would be actual psychologists sitting there with the producers going, you know who you could match? These two. And it would definitely not work out. I wouldn't have to be a psychologist to go, you know what's not going to work out between Bailey and Rebecca? Because they live so far away and they're so committed to being where they currently live. He says that being matched with Maeve, that he had no issue with her lifestyle, but he has, he's been done with that. And he's all about his health and fitness lifestyle now. In fact, he was kind of looking for somebody who was more like in that realm.
So for us to be matched together seemed a little bit questionable, because we might have had similar like traits in terms of our personalities, maybe. But when you've got like literally two opposite lifestyles there, how would that ever work in a marriage? We had these massive differences, questioning why we've been matched. And I think the obvious answer is that were you matched to cause drama, basically?
Now, yes, you get it. Now, here's where I can agree with Joe. I think the producers cause I think the producers, because the experts don't have anything to do with the matches, as we discussed, they go too far into the whole drama. Now, I know we want TMD. Geez, you know that I love the TMD. It's great for the channel. But I think we could match people better than Maeve and Joe or Rebecca and Bailey. Like, there are just too many obvious things here that are going to break them up. So do better science, more subtle science. So, like, put people together who could work out, but then have some things where you're like, I don't know if they'll get over this. You know, maybe the guy chews his, I don't know why I've come up with this so quickly. Questionable. Maybe the guy chews his toenails with his mouth. Oh. Sorry, that was disgusting. Anyway, yes, we want them to be matched legitimately, but still have them be unbalanced humans. That's fine. Joe says in this hour-long interview, that's why I was late this morning. God, guys, it just goes on that he doesn't have a type, but he would like a fitness girly, but also a quirky personality. But then he said that he told the producers that he wanted a fiery personality because he thought fiery and quirky were the same thing. So maybe this one isn't on the experts. Also, quirky, fiery, very different things. Even though he says that it was a rough time, he wouldn't change it and he would do it all again. Now, during the time that he was away dealing with the passing of his grandfather, and we were like, everyone was like, why haven't you contacted Maeve? Well, apparently he tried.
Apparently, I didn't get in contact with Maeve at that time, but basically because we didn't have mobile phones whilst we were on the show, she had a production phone, she didn't have a mobile. I was sending texts and I did a phone call as well to ask if I would speak to Maeve. As far as I was concerned, those messages were passed on to her.
So it sounds like it's total bullshit from production, and it's so easy for us to believe that Joe is shit because he ghosted Julia Ruth as well. He didn't like the lifestyle of the show. Apparently they were going out 4 to 5 times a week, which seems wild for the cast to be able to do that. I guess you got to let off some steam. He just wanted to curl up with the couch with his new TV bride, but she was too much of a party animal. He also mentions the juicy one. You know, the one that he'll forever remember because she's tattooed on him? Just like a tattoo.
Julia Ruth then went out, I think like a few days after me. She then messaged me asking me if I was okay. I was like, yeah, sound. We just had a normal conversation. And then she basically said, I wish I was coming on holiday. And she just ended up like coming on the holiday. And we had like a lot of fun on holiday.
I mean, she just ended up coming on the holiday. I mean, this is excellent. She reached out to him. He says it's also important to note that they were both single. So what's the harm? They were both single. Like they were just on a relationship dating show and they couldn't even give it a few months before they went to bang each other. But they were both single guys. Now, on a technicality, you were. You were absolutely single. Does it look good? No.
So it wasn't like we ran off together for this huge romantic thing. It was nice to have someone there to decompress and talk about everything. There was like a little bit of a romance while we were there. We got back and I just think morally for me, it wouldn't have been right to like pursue anything with her, like in terms of something serious. I just don't think that would have been right for me. Like I just don't think, it just didn't feel right when I got back basically that to then pursue a romantic relationship or whatever.
What do you mean it just didn't feel right? I don't understand what you're talking about. It just didn't feel right to me that like I went on holidays with her. We got matching tattoos that say, why not? ? And then once you got back, you just didn't feel right, so you ghosted her. I mean, shut up. You were just proving yourself to be the fluff boy that we think you are. Apparently, they'd have to do chats with psychologists even when they sort of recently leave the show. And that's when production put 2 and 2 together that they were on the jet to holiday with each other. And then they told the cast and got the storyline into the show. Some other fun facts from the interview. He has gained plus 100,000 followers during the season's airing, so people love the gym rat tats. Also, he rates Ashley, who was previously with Ashley and Grace. Can you remember them? Because they've been erased from history of this season. Apparently, he rates him as one of his best mates. He also talks about that he took a lot of hectic things, drug-wise, including steroids, but he can't take creatine, which is legal, BT Dubs, in case you're like, wait, should I not be taking that? He also doesn't regret any of it. As I said, he is grateful for all the doors that it has opened for him. And Maeve, well, let's see what she's up to. She's living her best life, raving about the friendships that she's made on the show, and very little mention of her ex-TV husband. So there you have it. Let's get some comments before we move on. By the time the ink dried on the who's he with his decision? That's really good, Ruth. That's good stuff. Got to be best mates because he and Ashley, moral is rare as a generous part. That's true. That's true. But remember, I love that he just kept saying morally. Like, I don't understand what that means. I morally couldn't continue things with her. What does that mean? Like, you just didn't have feelings for her, so you didn't want to leave her on? Because again, I don't know if you're using words correctly. If you, yes, we'll get to that in a second. Don't spoil it for everyone. I just don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand. You could have dated, like you could have at least replied. There you go. And if you didn't want to date her, yeah, I think Ash might be best mates with all of them. I think he's one of those guys. Which maybe Grace had a point. I think they're both full of shit. That's where I stand on that before someone ats me. All right, let's get to our next couple. Oh, where do we start with Reiss and Leisha? As I always very much suspected, the wannabe Towie, like, why did he come on this show? Like, for all of Leisha's faults, and there are many, she did seem to really like him, and she fell for him way too fast. Like, does she really know how to assess her own emotions, or does she just fall in love with every guy that pays her the least bit of attention? We know that they said that they wanted to make things work in the final vows, but they broke up not long after because of the club incident. And the wait, do I have that voice?
Oh, I do. Oh my God. Don't worry. I can make it work with the footballer who slid into my DMs on the outside.
That was a dumb comment, Leash. But I know why she did it. She acts out every time because he gives her so little that she wants to get any reaction out of him. Doesn't matter if it's a bad reaction. It's just like, if it's toxic, it's still good, right?
Break up over like minor arguments. I don't feel like that was enough. Break up a relationship if somebody was fully invested.
It was a build-up.
It was all a build-up, guys. Now remember, Reiss hates drama. Now, Paul rightly points out that she chases him and then he runs faster. And Leisha knows what she's doing, but she isn't doing the work to change it. Reiss doesn't listen. So all of this chat is just wasted time trying to get him to realize being a robot in a relationship just won't work. And also, if someone expresses their feelings, that's not just drama. He should try to be a real boy. Reiss came for his profile, and with that, I'm 100% confident. Now, Reiss did end up back with his ex, BT Dubs. Yeah. Danny from The Only Way is Essex. He said, Danny contacted me when it was all done and done with me and Leisha. Danny contacted me on FaceTime. So, I don't know what to believe here. Let's get Reiss's take on it.
Certain things that happened off of camera that was just too dramatic for myself. Like, I was sat down with Leisha one night and she said to me, did you go on any holidays like earlier on in the year or last year? And I said to her, I went to Marbella with a few of my mates, and she was like, oh, I was like, what's the matter? She was like, oh, I don't like boys who go to Marbella. And like got a bit like funny with me. And I said, are you actually getting the ump with me about me going on holiday before I even knew you?
Of course she is.
Like, she was literally like pissed off. And that was the kind of stuff that was pushing me away. Like, there was another comment that one of the female producers on MAFS said to me, Reiss, your hair's getting long. Like, it was coming towards the end of the experiment and I didn't have a haircut. And the final vows was coming up. She was like, oh, you going to have a haircut or are you going to keep it long? I was like, I don't know yet. I was with Leisha at this time, and me and Leisha walked away, same again. Leisha was fuming. I said, what's the matter? She said, you better get a haircut now. I was like, What do you mean? I don't know what she meant by it, but I'm guessing because the woman said she likes my hair long.
We know exactly what she meant by it. You're not allowed to talk to other women. She can talk to all the guys that she wants because in her brain, she knows that it means nothing. But because you don't make her feel secure in a relationship, because I think you're actually kind of a cold robot. She wants too much. She wants too much reassurance. That's not me being on team anyone. But like, you are a cold robot. We all saw how you tried to drink the glass of water. And then he also has to talk about being back with Danny.
So yeah, she FaceTimed me and like she said, like, do you want to meet? So yeah, like we started seeing each other for a bit again. And like she knew everything that had gone on about the show. Like, I didn't have to tell her, she already knew. And she wasn't even mad about the situation. So yeah, we started dating again a little bit, like throughout the summer. And then for a night, she said, I'm going to Dubai. And she left again.
So she didn't end the relationship because she wasn't comfortable with you having previously been married. She just ended it. She didn't give you a reason.
We didn't call things back on. She just said,
Right.
I'm going to Dubai.
I love that. So it wasn't back on and then it wasn't back off. We were just together, but we weren't together. And then we definitely weren't together before, even though she has come out, the Towie has said that you guys were together and then you just said that you were going on holidays, but your holidays was going on MAFS. Not as good as I've Got a Secret Steven Netflix drama, but still pretty good. And then a lot of people, including myself, have said that he has gone on the show just for fame. Obviously, he disagrees.
Yeah, see, that is crazy. Like,
It's crazy,
I went on
guys.
MAFS because I wanted to find love. And I had good faith. Like, that was a way to find it. I'm 34 years old now. I want kids. I want all that stuff. Like, I'm at that age and I'm done with playing games. I didn't always want to be on Towie. You see, even for me to go on MAFS, I didn't apply. They asked me to go on it. And the same for The Only Way is Essex. I didn't try to go on there. When I was with Danny, I got a message from one of the producers asking if I wanted to go on it. If I was really desperate to go on there, I would have gone behind Danny's back and just gone on.
And with Leisha, sure, whatever. Do I even respond to that? I don't believe that. I believe that the producers chased you down, but I believe that you did this and you thought, look, if I find love, great, whatever. But I think you did it for more notoriety. And Leisha, well, there is nothing that I could find that says that she's dating a footballer, especially the one that slid into her DMs. So I guess she didn't go with the backup cock. All right, let's get to some comments on that bin fire before we move on. Such shite. That's good stuff, Savage Paradise. Also, Savage.Paradise, what a name. I took the hand sign, I work in tally. Oh, no, that moved on too quick. How dare you move on so quickly? Took the hand sign, don't piss at me. See, another good saying. I think that's also bullshit. I'm going to Dubai. The new We Need to Talk. Wow, everyone's being very funny today. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Okay. He does. He really does. Okay, let's talk about the lady lovers. Okay, Leigh and Leah. And this is the last time I need to get so confused with Leigh, Leah, and Leisha. They weirdly, with the lady lovers, they don't even get called up to the couch in the reunion episode, but they are asked to reflect on their final vows with the experts, and they claim that they are the strongest in compatibility. So why didn't the plane take off? Why didn't it work?
Did the plane never take off?
I'll take that one. I feel like that was on me massively because I did have my walls up.
So you're accepting the responsibility?
100%.
100%. Well, I think it's a huge win that Leigh knows now that she wasn't even close to healed before she came on this experiment. So let's hope that she actually gets some regular therapy before she drags someone else into her life. The question is, where are they now? Well, Leah, she has herself a new little girlfriend. Yes, here we go. Who she's actually known for a long time, like 13 years. She's a footballer and her name is Maz. And they've really gone official.
We've just mentioned new partner. Exciting. Things are on the up. Just tell me a little bit about who you're dating and how it's going.
So I'm dating a girl I've known 13 years. She's a footballer, and yeah, we've always kind of kept in touch ad hoc on like Instagram and stuff. And yeah, we kind of hooked up when I come out of the show properly. And yeah, it's been really, really nice. It's nice because it's somebody that she just gets me for me. She wants to just roll with it. She's fun. She's got her own thing going on. So she's always so busy with everything. And she's really, really supported me throughout this whole journey, post-show being aired as well.
God, through this whole journey. I hope that was on your bingo card. And on Leigh, she says, so Leah on Leigh, she said that I can't say we're never going to be friends. She said, I can say we're never going to be friends. I can't see that happening. I think we're very different people. I think we go about things very differently, she explained. I think there's a lot of things she may regret from her side in terms of how things have come out. Yeah, we're totally different people. I've got a lot more respect for people than maybe she has. Oh, shit. Now, Leah has denied cheating on Leigh during the experiment. My God, these two L names. Do you know how annoying it was to film this season? But Leigh said, then I saw a photo of Leah and her partner in a comment section, to which I realized that was the girl in the bar was the same person that Leah is now in relationship with. Naturally, I was shocked, as I'd watched myself in the experiment try to be persuaded that I was overreacting for expressing my concerns at the time and I had nothing to worry about. So that girl Maz was the one in the bar that apparently caused another riff, but really that was just like, wasn't that the nail in the coffin? Or maybe that was the point where Leah was like, hang on, I think Maz might be interested. Because around that time, Leah did back out. Like she was trying, and then she just stopped trying, which seems to be a common thing on this show, because once you hit a limit, you got to get out. All right, let's talk about Lady Lovers, a footballer just like Leisha. Leisha's not a footballer, but they do have like a similar vibe. Brunette. She's a brunette. That's all. That's really Leah's reaching or Leigh's reaching. This is so confusing. This is what that should be a topic for us next time. How to keep track of. Yeah, I agree. Like, sure, I want them to find love, but if their names sound the same and their faces are similar, it's too much. Leave balls on the field. Well, they don't want the balls on the field. Well, I know. I guess maybe they do want the balls on the field, but then they don't want them after. Okay, let's talk about April and Leo. Remember them? April talks about how she loves love on the couch in the reunion episode where they sit down with the experts, and it's so sad that it didn't work out. Not a lot comes from Leo. He doesn't add much. Classic Mr. Hot Dog move. Nothing weird really happened. It is actually, you know what is weird? It's weird that nothing landed on April for her attitude during the whole filming of the show. That's what's weird for me. So I'm not going to cover anything in this reunion episode for them. There's just nothing. Talking about April, on her Ask Me Anything on Instagram, she has put to bed the rumors that she has not gone to bed with Ashley. They are just good friends. But over with Mr. Hot Dog Sanchez Leo, it turns out fans have spotted that his name isn't even Leo. Well, it wasn't. His birth name is Tom, and he changed it to his grandfather's name after he passed. So legally, he is Leo now. So just in case you were wondering, he is Leo now, and he never was Mr. Hot Dog Sanchez. That's just a nickname, guys, even though I said it a lot. Now, I find it weird that certain couples who go further in the experiment don't get called up to the couch, but Paul and Anita do. Now, Paul, if you don't remember, then skip past this part. Unless you're watching it live, then you can't skip. Paul talks about being confused with Anita, and I'm also confused. At the dinner, she made it sound like this guy was completely different when the cameras weren't rolling. So happy, jokey with people around, and then shuts her down as soon as the cameras stop. Her reaction, even though we know this information, is still a lot. The tears, avoiding him as much as she could. Paul hides his nastiness behind humor, I think. and you can't really tell what's a joke and what's like truth hidden in jokes. The expert, they come for Paul because he has figured out during this whole experiment, because in this experiment, guys, that he needs to work on himself. But unfortunately, that's not what this show is for, apparently.
Yeah, but that's not what she was here for. It's not what she signed up for, is it? It's not really fair, is it?
That's how I felt, to be honest. I felt cheated, I felt gutted.
2 shillings, blow it out your ass. Don't tell me you lot didn't know exactly what Paul was, what he was coming into this. You knew that he wasn't ready. You knew he'd done no work on himself, and still you put him with someone who was so desperate to find love. It's a classic MAFS move. So you can't sit there and come for him when you're like, Mum, let's put him in there because this is never going to work between them. Paul says he feels guilty and he shares some tears. This guy is emotionally stunted, and I think it goes back to his childhood, which I think he knows, but I don't know if he wants to do the work now. But we've seen this on the couch before. He opens up and Anita loves it, and then there's tears, and then once they leave the couch, he will then continue the same shit. So this time...
I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, I'll be on the end of the telephone for you, Paul.
Look out, I'll see you about it. I'll find you. You'll be lived up somewhere.
A little bit threatening. I'll find you. So we've decided this time, leaving the couch, not even friends. Ah, cute. Where are they now? Well, Anita has been active, apparently. She's been swimming with sharks, and I guess after MAFS, something like that seems a lot less scary. You know, there's less blood in the water when you swim with sharks versus being on this TV program. And Paul has been reposting golf videos on Instagram. Oh, shit. I love that. All right, the gays are... Oh, do we want to talk about them? Paul says anything is what people want to hear. Yeah, I agree with that. It's a bit like Steven. It's an older version of Steven. But Steven's just, you know, he's grown up with learning the speech, you know. See? I agree. A little bit psycho. All right, let's talk about the gays. They're on the couch, and this is a weird one because we know that they don't make it on the outside. They play a huge we love each other montage. And where are they now? Absolutely donezo. The relationship came crashing down 5 months ago, around mid-June 2025, when Davide discovered that Keye created a profile on the gay dating app, Grindr. The incident, what is this Grindr you speak of? The incident occurred in the early hours of a Sunday morning while Davide was on a flight, and this was put on all of the Instagram. And this is what Keye has had to say about it. In the early hours of a Sunday morning while Davide was on a flight, I downloaded Grindr, and I want to be clear that I was not looking to cheat, hook up, or find someone else. I was in a dark and fragile place and reached for something unhealthy because I did not know how else to cope. What I was seeking had nothing to do with intimacy. It was an attempt to escape emotions I could not sit with, and I reached for substances when I really needed what I really needed was support. Davide has also shared about this incident, saying, the night in question, this happened 5 months ago, I had a gut feeling something wasn't right. Out of my own security, I created a profile on Grindr to check whether Keye was on the app, only to find my gut feeling was correct. I have questions about this. Me? Questions? No, I would never have questions. My questions are, you're on a flight, and you're up in the air. How did you find out? How did you find him? Like, Grindr's just in your immediate vicinity, right? Is it not? Has it changed? Because if he was on a flight somewhere, then how would he find out? Anyway, it's all a little bit whatever. But it seems like Keye has taken that on the chin and he was doing the wrong. I just don't, like, I guess... But if you downloaded Grindr, I've got questions. Because if you downloaded Grindr, sure, you might have just been going on there to have a look. Whatever, you do you, boo. But if you like put your photo up there and you were chatting to people, then that's like more than just having a look. I don't know about that. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. So how does... Yeah, I agree with this. And isn't it just a convenient way for downloading? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe all of this. It just seemed maybe they constructed this narrative, and I guess one of them had to be the bad guy, and maybe they just drew rock, paper, scissors for it. I don't know. Yeah, there's something else to it. Because again, if he was on a flight and he was working, when would he have time? Yeah, and look, yeah, you'd say to one of your friends, and like you wouldn't have a gay friend to say, hey, I think something sus is going on. Can you check it out for me? I don't think there's any real reason for you to download that. You'd have a friend that you could trust that you would talk to. All right, so the gays are done. Just in case you're wondering, all the couples that you thought were good, they've not been good so far. And we're all very shocked by this. The Juicy Roo and Don't Run Away Divarni make it to the couch. Their flashback montage isn't as lovey-dovey as the gays. Divarni plays the perfect sad boy, as he has done all season. They ask Juicy Roo where things went wrong, and she thinks that she didn't get the best friend and emotional connection that she ordered. Wait, so you did nothing?
And maybe when we were intimate, maybe like a fondness kind of developed there. I don't think I ever got there.
Oh, I love that. When we were intimate, a fondness developed. Just a fondness. This woman is wild. She says that she stayed because of said fondness. What do you mean? I don't know if the people on this show are using the right words. Quirky doesn't mean fiery, and fondness. The more you say it, the more of it, it just sounds like a read. And you still bang this guy.
Why did you stay?
I think it comes back to the fondness. I literally will flog a horse until it's dead.
Stop flogging horses. Please stop it. And you really flogged this horse. Like, I mean, it was dead and buried. And good for you. Without you, maybe we wouldn't have that. We definitely would have had the trash, mess, and drama that we love so much on this show. She gives a half-hearted apology. When I say half-hearted, I mean, and she's like, sorry. Like a teenager apologizing to their parent. Like, that's really what you get. And how did she end up on the Jet 2 vacay with Joe? Well, she needed to connect with someone who understands what they've gone through. She makes it sound like the gym rat tats was really driving the whole conversation, which is a little bit different to how he sort of spins it and what we heard earlier.
Could it be that he was love bombing you?
Oh, 1000%.
And you, Maeve?
Classic fuckboy. Joe really grosses me out. Like, he talks this big game about being all evolved and stuff, and like I had stuff in the past that I've done, and you're still ghosting girls after getting matching tattoos with them and being on holidays with them after being on a dating show for 5.5 minutes. And speaking of fluff boys, Steven is even called out for using her like a tool to get back at Nelly. So where are they now? In a very Juicy Roo Ask Me Anything, she has debuted a new hairdo, as you can see right here, and she has shared that she is single, but she is available for dating. Apparently, she's available for dating, guys. Apparently, you book her in. Jeez, look at that haircut. Wow, I'd never really soaked it in before, but look at that. That she looks like a completely different person. You know how you see all these Daily Mail articles and they're like, you won't believe this star now. They look so different. And normally they look the same, just with a different hairdo. This really does completely, like if she walked past me in the street, would not know that it was her. Apparently, she was on a date with someone else from another reality show. I have no idea who that was. I'll take any suggestions in the comments. And Don't Run Away Divarni has also been spotted getting cozy with the Made in Chelsea star Paris Smith. The pair was seen together at the Robin Hood UK film premiere. Robin Hood? Are we doing that again? Sparking plenty of speculation. However, Divarni reportedly said that they only met at the event. So he didn't say that they were friends or were not friends, but they just met at the event. Okay? Let's get some comments here. Now she looks like a supervillain. Good supervillain. Why not? Why not, Sylvia? I agree. Why not? Divarni and Julia Ruth. That was a bad match. I think she was going to be a bad match with anyone. Steven's lying about using JA. He was searching for scratching for excuse. Yeah, I think he just wanted to hook up with her. Yeah, I agree. Why are we doing Robin Hood? That's the biggest thing we've found out from this episode so far. All right, let's talk about the face of the season, Sarah and her TV ex-husband, Dean. They also don't make it to the couch, and it's made awkward quick because Dean, well, he still has some feelings. Good for him for being open about it, though, I guess.
I think you are close, and we went through something like this together, and gradually over time, feelings were growing. I was like, cool, like, you're a great person. And maybe I was looking for things that weren't.
Yeah. You were looking for things that weren't there at all. Those things are not there. Dean does all the heavy lifting for this relationship and maybe even friendship now. I think it's all mostly on him. Where are they now? Well, Dean has been very active on the socials, but still available apparently if anyone wants to slide into the DMs. And Sarah still isn't into Dean. No, but seriously, there's nothing else to report from the facial queen of the series. Which just doesn't sound that good, does it? The facial queen of the city. Yeah, it's what I've called her for quite some time. I do really need to come up with a different name. All right, Nelly and Steven. Now, apparently we have a lot to talk about with Nelly, and I've got a secret, Steven. I don't know about you, but I am shocked at how different early season Steven, and like now season Steven, how different they look. Like once they moved into the apartments, he completely changed. His face rested differently for the entire time that he was with her. With other people like April, different Steven came back. Honeymoon Steven, if you will. Steven does look very stressed throughout the footage rolls though, especially during the partner swap with Mr. and with Mrs. Hot Dog. Sorry, Mr. wasn't there. Yeah, why not? Let's play it.
I mean, it sounds textbook what you're saying, if I'm honest. It just doesn't add up.
It's not textbook. It's just raw.
In my many years of working with people, I don't normally see such a turnaround in such a short space of time.
Yeah, because he came with such a different vibe today, he was at least ready to pretend that he was owning his bad behaviour. He even states that he gave Nelly bare minimum. Like, it's crazy that he's owning it all now. Like, Charlene calls him out on being textbook, as you heard, and I just don't know if anyone's going to believe this turnaround. Like, it's almost like he said to ChatGPT, these are all the things that I've done on this show. I needed to make it sound like I've grown. Now, big question, was he on the dating app Hinge while he visited Nelly? That's the question that everyone wants an answer to.
Put my hands up to it.
You actually lied. You did have a profile on a dating app.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Oh, I love how Leah calls it sick. So now he admits it. Wow, what growth. Even though he swore black and blue that he didn't do that at all.
You swore, and now, weeks later, had some sort of epiphany.
And it was a blatant lie. So it's had an impact.
Guys, he's owned it now, but online, after that episode aired, like whether you were accused by the super sleuth Lucy, you posted about how it wasn't true, and then you gave some sort of half-assed video receipt. So where is the truth now? Because, like, were you or were you not on Hinge? I'm so confused that he admitted, like, he's admitted to it now, but he would have posted the Hinge thing after he's admitted to it on the show. I'm so confused. This makes it seem very fake. Then they play some soft, villain violin, and he cries. When we're having a redemption arc, some soft violin because he cries. And they were meant to buy that Steven is growing. Okay. Now we know that Steven could maybe possibly have a new lover. You know that one. So we did they shared the pics. They had the pics. They had the same socials. We covered it in the last episode, the last live episode. She put date night and then she re-uploaded it and deleted it and re-uploaded it because it said date night, so she removed that. It was very suspicious. Do we believe the turnaround that he's had? Well, he posted on socials once the reunion was done and dusted. He said, my behaviors at times and what you have seen were not acceptable in any way. And I'd even sorted myself with some EMDR therapy along the way, which is trauma therapy, BT dubs. I find it really hard to believe any of this stuff because, again, the whole time you've been popping off on your social media at people about things where you could have just been saying, hey, guys, I'm owning things. and just keep watching. Just keep watching, and then you'll see things unfold. But you clap back about the Hinge thing not being true, and then again, like I said, you gave some half-assed video receipt about how, like, I couldn't have done it because my account's been banned. Still questions as to why it was banned. Anyway, and over with Nelly, well, there were rumors, which I loved, that she was dating Steven's brother, which I die for. But they were pictured hanging out during the Friends and Family Week. Now, remember, we never saw Steven's family part in the edit, which was super weird. Plus, Nelly, she's also said some stuff. Nothing really. Don't get too excited. But this is what Nelly has had to say.
Who was faking their love story on MAFS?
Steven Springer.
Who from the cast gives main character syndrome energy?
It's got to be our favourite villain, Julia Ruth.
Who do you think hooked up off camera?
I mean, I might just be really oblivious. I didn't really realise that my husband hated me for a while, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask.
Who was the most two-faced during filming?
And I hate to say it, it was my ex-husband.
Do you hate to say it? I don't think you do. And I'm going to get to your comments about them and everything else in just a second, but let's wrap it up with, this is the only win for the experts this season, John and Abby. There is nothing to note from their couch time. It seems genuine, and they are still together. There's no social posts, I checked this morning, that say that they are finished. But who knows what, it's been almost an hour, so someone check on Instagram to see if they're still together. Maybe they're waiting for me to go live before they announced that they were done. All right, let's get into some socials. No, Nelly, don't dip in the gene pool. Yeah, that wasn't happening. That was just, I did love that was an article. Everyone was like, oh my God, they were together. She did dodge the question about who she would hook up with. Yeah, I think she said Davide, which is like, he doesn't want that. And yay for true love. Yeah, we've got one. We got one. Guys, like this video, and if you can, donate. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at that. You can donate by going to rehashed.com.au. That's rehashed.com.au. As soon as this live is done, go and donate if you can, or you can give a super chat right now. You can donate if you've loved this season of MAFS that I've done, and the time that we've shared together. Oh, the time that we've shared together. Jeez. And if you go all the way with me all the time, then, you know, you can pay for it. If you can donate, that's great. If you can't, it's totally fine. And people who, you know, like the videos, watch them, give them hypes and all those things, still excellent. All right, memo me time. It looks like we've only got one. But hey, if you want to quickly record one, I don't know how long this one's going to go for. If you want to quickly record one, you can send it through memo me at rehash.com.au. You just put all your thoughts and feelings in voice memo form and you email it through, just like El Cid has.
Hey, Wilko, this is going to be really short. I just think it was a whole lot of performance going on.
Yeah.
Maeve should have gone home to her son and stayed there. We did not need her at the dinner party.
No.
Now, Julia Ruthless and Divarni, she came there. I applaud her for showing up at all, but she came there just to shake the table. And Nelly says, I am unbothered. Now, Steven, too, he was there. You know, I applaud him for even coming there. But again, he could go home. He could have been with his children, and we would have just talked about him. I find it quite interesting that neither Ashley nor Grace were either invited or showed up to the dinner party. What happened there?
Yeah, they were
did the
invited,
invitations get lost with Joe's? Or did Joe was still on holiday, and so he missed the postman with his invitation? So again, you know, I applauded having Anita and Paul there. I totally forgot about them. But Anita's reaction to Paul gives me more than just I didn't get the love I was looking for. I just want to thank you for sticking it out with us this season. Hope you are feeling 100% better and glad that you're covering MAFS USA. Not as shiesty as Australia, but we do know how to have a good time. Thank you again, sweet daddy angel.
Sweet daddy angel, eh? I just want to let people know I didn't create that, okay? I created sweet baby angels, and then there was one time I jokingly called myself a daddy, and then SDA was born. I didn't create that. When I started this, I was too young to be daddy. Now I'm definitely getting into daddy age. Thank you for some members who have come on board. Brosty Gaming, Nora, thank you for coming on board. And also Mary for being in here as well and being members. I really do appreciate you. Okay. Thank you for joining me for MAFS UK for the first season that I've done in full and finished. Even though the common cold, the man flu tried to get me down, I still finished it. All right. Now, we've got MAFS USA on at the moment. I think it's just dropped its final episode, but you're going to get a bunch from me over the next week. Also, I know it's finished, but Love is Blind is going to be on the channel. There's also going to be some surprise seasons. And I know there was some confusion when the post that I put up where people were like, what is Rehash at all? Rehash at all is where I rehash an entire season in 1 or 2 videos, depending how many episodes there are of the season. But it's like a whole rehash in 1 or 2 episodes. It's bonkers. Plus, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are going to be back very soon, and I'm finally going to dip my toe into that Bravo land as well. I have done some Housewife stuff before, but this will be the full season that I cover. So if you like that stuff, and people asking about Big Brother, look, the Big Brother videos weren't doing great. And there was a lot of people who were for it and against it. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do weekly wraps of Big Brother. So I'll do a video covering the stuff that I've missed so far. It's just there's so much to watch with that kind of show. It's like a Love Island. There's just too many hours to watch and then try and break it down. And I don't want to be just focused on one show at a time, because MAFS is the only show that gets this full attention from me. Thank you so much to everybody who has supported the channel. I've had some excellent donations this season. Thank you to everyone who has bought merch. You still can at rehash.com.au. I really do appreciate you. More MAFS USA in the coming days. I have to say it. And traders. Yes, traders. I'm going to do traders as well. I'm going to do traders. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Actually, I don't have it in here. I've got some fun stuff for traders. And I think the Golden Bachelor is going to get a rehash it all for people who are questioning about that. So it's all coming. It just takes time because it's just me. And there's some others, but mostly it's just me. I'm the star. Before I go, I have to say, but you left. Thanks for supporting the channel.
But you left.